Hello, good evening. Happy Good Friday. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Good Friday. For those who are on holiday, happy Good Friday. I know some people are on essential duties, and so in spite of the holidays, they still have to be at work. Kudos to everyone that has to work every time there is a holiday. I've been there, so I know what I know what I'm saying. In my days as a journalist, you could only be at home on days when your off days fall. You could not just be at work, and you could not just stay away from work because it's a public holiday. You could only be at home away from work on days when your off days falls. But if it's not your off day, according to the schedule of your work, you necessarily had to be at work, whether it's Christmas Day, whether it's New Year's Day, no matter what day it is. And so I know that there are people who today, in spite of being on holiday, they are at work. They are at work, they are at work, they are at work, they are at work, they are at work. So I'm welcoming everyone. If you're at work, I welcome you. If you're at home, I welcome you. If you are in the market, I welcome you. Wherever you are, I welcome you. Welcome. It's Mind Your Character with Olusola-Obasa, and I have been running with a particular theme since this month began. And I've been playing around a very strong word, actually a phenomenon called the strong woman. And tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'm going to be hosting a full session online where I'm going to be comparing the strong woman with the secure man. My intention is to give education to my gender, to see if I can remove some of the strain that we have found ourselves living with in the name of pushing for greater platforms, growing, and the rest of them. So things that look like, oh, because I'm a woman, this is going wrong. Because I'm a woman, this isn't going the way it's supposed to go. So we are going to, tomorrow, I am going to be taking my time to help you see, in addition to what I've done ever since the month began. I have also this week been posting some very, very thought-provoking quotes from some strong women themselves cut across the world on what they say about who a strong woman is. So if you're joining me, I'm thanking you for joining and welcoming you. So today, I've started behind schedule today. I'm supposed to start on the dot of 5, but I had to, no excuses though, but of course I have to be the one to tidy up most things together with my foot soldiers at home to ensure that we could do this. I didn't want to put it up because it's a public holiday. I've learned something about being consistent, and I think it's one of the traits of strong women, even men as well, that you don't keep giving excuses for why things cannot be done. So on a day like this, I am glad that I'm able to host the show from just anywhere, and that's the beauty of technology. You don't have to get into any particular studio or any particular place to reach your audience. I am promising that this will be worth your time as always. So I'm going to go right into what I have. Today I'm doing another Foretaste show. Foretaste because I'm whetting your appetite for tomorrow, 10 a.m. I'm told that the initial flyer had an error of time. It has been corrected, and so we're trying to remind those who will be joining that it's not 5 p.m. tomorrow. Today it's 5 p.m. because at 5 p.m. on Fridays, Mind Your Character with Olusola-Obasa goes live on all of our social media platforms, in particular my own Facebook page as well as Mind Your Character Instagram. On days that we could do more than that, simultaneously we'll do. But for right now, I am on Olusola-Obasa as well on Mind Your Character Instagram. So we go on from there to talk about what I have for us today, please let me know if you can hear me. I need to be sure that I can be heard and seen, so that before I go on, I'm sure that whatever I'm putting out there is reaching the right people for whom it is meant. So I've been talking about the strong woman, and this is not anything about feminism or all of that. No, this is helping women come to a place of comfortable lead. Now, when I say lead, I don't mean competition, because at times I feel that people don't settle down to get the message, import of any message, before they start jumping in. People don't settle down to get the import of a message before they start jumping in, and it creates a lot of altercations online. So most of the time I see what people are struggling about or fighting about, and by the time I get to look at it, I just see that sometimes they're just talking from two sides of a coin, which would actually make it a balanced point of view. So I see your view, you see my view. At the end of the day, we have a complete or a more complete view of that particular thing we are looking at. But because a lot of people like to be number one, they want to be the only one to be heard. They want to believe that only their views are possibly the only view that there should be, and that's so wrong. And then sometimes some people want to be right at all costs. Like, no matter what happens, I want to be the one to be ticked as right. And all of those things are things we all need to grow out of and be able to settle in and get the best out of life. So the point I'm making today is that the strong woman phenomenon that I've been talking about or pushing for, not pushing for, actually talking about and educating around, has a lot to do with growth mindset, has a lot to do with building the leadership in a woman the way men have learned for long to build leadership. It is helping the woman put her leadership in a more compact package, such that it's not just everywhere. So women have known to lead from when, for as long as you know it. Either you have come in as a first child, or you are the wife in a home. As a wife in a home, you are a leader to a large extent, because you ensure that things run the way they should. And then when you become a mother, you're also leading, because there's a life on your laps that you are supposed to grow and bring to full nurturing. That's huge leadership. And so when it comes to the workplace, these same traits apply. And they can help the population of the women be more fulfilled, like be able to realize their full potentials more. So the strong woman idea is about realizing your full potential better, realizing it more than what you have had till now. Don't forget why I'm so passionate about the women folk, my gender. It's because I found out in a research that the world is almost 50-50% men and women. If you get what I'm saying, that means that no matter how hard men try to make the world a greater place, the best result we all can have about the world will be 50%. I mean 50% output from the male gender. So what happens to when the women also decide to pull their weight, also decide to fulfill all that they can be, everything they can be as a woman? What if the women also decide that we're going to also make the world greater, better than we met it? So that's the idea. And so last week for the Foretaste show, I needed to do that introduction just so that the men who are watching can be calm and listen, and then see that there are women in your space whom you need to help to fall into this energy sphere. Because certain things are natural with us as women. If we do not have ourselves or people in our circle help us and nurse them, they could just be scattered everywhere. Being scattered everywhere will not do the magic that the world needs to get near 100% of results, of development, of progress, and name all the positives that you know. So, encouraging the woman to come into the strength capacity, it's not asking the woman to compete with the man. It is asking the women to complete the men. Compete, complete. I take my time a lot to do these introductions so that there's no misgiving anywhere. That said, last week I started mentioning some of the qualities that can help you identify a strong woman. They are a collection of qualities. So a strong woman could have as many as 5, 6, or 10 of those qualities. So I started last week by mentioning the fact that the strong woman is intelligent. Like, she values, she prioritizes intelligence. And I explained that intelligence for her does not have to come to her. She goes after it. She pursues it. She tries to get an education to the best level that she can. She doesn't wait for people to help her go through it. She makes it a demand on herself because she sees it as a prerequisite to exuding, releasing her own flavor of strength that the world needs. Today I'm going to add one quality more, and thereafter I will ask you to get ready to meet me, if you like, call it class, tomorrow at 10 a.m. For those who will be watching from Nigeria or areas of the world where 10 a.m. favors you and you're not asleep, that would be nice to have you online real time. But if you will be sleeping, then you can catch up with the video later, because 10 a.m. will be the time tomorrow, not 5 p.m. as you may have seen on any of our flyers. We apologize for that profusely. So 10 a.m. tomorrow. So what's the extra thing I want to add this evening about the strong woman? She's intelligent, don't forget, and then we did plenty of helping you see how she sees that intelligence is going to help me in strength. And I was mentioning last week that it's not just physical strength. So she's not trying to go and build and become macho in her physique. If that has anything to do directly with delivering value to the world, don't forget, this is about completing the world and impacting the world. So if physical build-up is essential to delivering your own package of value as a woman, go ahead and do it. But I'm saying that the intelligence we talked about last week was brain power, mind power, education, exposure, having the know-how and the technical the know-how, technical know-how, and every of that. So I will add today that the strong woman is enterprising. The amazing thing about tomorrow's session is we're looking at two worlds. We're looking at the strong woman and we're looking at the secure man. What is the interrelationship between them? You'll find out tomorrow morning at 10. But for this evening, I'm adding the fact that the strong woman is enterprising. There was a day I put out a post and said, are you a strong woman or were you giving birth to by one? When I started researching on this, I found out that many of the moms that we have are strong women. I mean, strong. They go out of their way to ensure that they complement what the man in their life is doing. And in many cases, women who have either lost their husband to death or they are in separation or divorce, you find them talking about raising 5 children, 6 children all alone. I'm not saying that you have to be in those situations for you to be enterprising, but I'm saying that, for example, you see women who single-handedly raised generations from way back to so long and thereafter. What does that tell you? Enterprise talks about capacity to turn little to so much, applying your mental assets, applying your physical strength, applying every asset that you have in maybe a process of production or the process of making something to produce results and create productivity such that most of the time reward you financially. Enterprising talks about having the prowess to create something out of another thing or out of nothing. The strong woman is enterprising. She is built for enterprise. Now, but let me tell you the shocking part of, because I feel tilt to these things from what we've known before. Some people think that the strong woman being enterprising means that she's trying to be it for her husband or for her children. And let me tell you an amazing thing about the strong woman and the idea of what I'm teaching. This strong woman version that I'm teaching is enterprising because it's one of the ways she feels fulfilled for being in the world. So she will not stop even if somebody doesn't appreciate it. That's the difference between, oh, I'm enterprising because I have to help my husband. I'm enterprising because I have to raise my children. I'm enterprising because, so that moment when the people in the picture may at any point act like they do not appreciate, or if the reward you expect from it is not coming, you now find yourself dwindling, you find yourself dragging, foot dragging. But no, a strong woman in enterprise is strong for herself first. Why? She has come to that point. Don't forget the definition of strong woman last week. It said that it is that state where she appreciates her being a person and the impact she has got to make on the world. So when she's taking those steps at being enterprising, when she's pushing the frontiers, when she's generating results, she's not doing it because she needs to compete with somebody. She's not doing it because she needs someone to feel better about it. Yes, people will feel better about results, but she's doing it first to fulfill her being, her essence. Her very, very essence is to leave the world better than she met it. Her very essence is to create positive waves in the world. So for her, the joy of becoming, the joy of experiencing herself in that magnitude rewards her first ahead of money, ahead of commendations, or even condemnation. So you see the difference. So what am I pushing out there today about the strong woman? The strong woman is enterprising. She's not lazy. And then she's vision packed. Because every enterprise that will last must have the capacity to see the end of it. And when you can see where you are going from where you are standing, it's called vision. So the woman who is enterprising has something that drives her. But first it's about to become. Not just to be celebrated. Not first to be commended. Not first to be appreciated. Not first to be seen or noticed. Not first to compete. No. Beyond you, it's about what she has found out, that this world is not complete without me. I'm going to put everything that I've brought to the world in. Of course, she has a space. Every woman has their space where they are delivering all of those content and value. But she's doing it because she has come to find out this world is not complete without me. Why would I leave or hold back what I have and not release it? So the strong woman is enterprising. Enterprising. And you know, for those who are entrepreneurs or those who are intrapreneurs, that is, employed people with entrepreneurship mindset, though they are working for someone, they understand that everyone has a version of them that produces, that creates, that brings solution. So for every such woman, she understands that life is about production, productivity, not just activities. So the strong woman is enterprising. With enterprise, there is drive, there is motion, there is pursuit, there is vision, there is creation, there is production. Of course, there are activities. So the strong woman is enterprising. I want you to meet me tomorrow at 10 a.m. as I continue in this very interesting journey I've also been undertaking in researching about the strong woman, in finding out who she is and versus the secure man. Who is the secure man? What does he do with the strong woman? What does the strong man do with her? I'm going to have about 1 hour tomorrow to do justice to this, and I'm hoping that everyone who will catch up with this video, whether on YouTube later on or any of our social media platforms, will absolutely find value. Here is what I must leave with you as I begin to coast home today. It is the fact that your girls should learn this early. The girls in your life, the women in your life, the ladies in your life, the young lady in your life, the older lady in your life, the single person in your life, I mean, from as little and as young as you can, please begin to help the girls see that if the research says that there are about 50% women, 49 points, and 51 thereabouts of men in the world, even the population check in Nigeria I did percentage-wise, I found out, and it made me see that until we begin to push the women to bring out all they have got and deliver it to the world, we are just playing. We are just playing. So when I was commending and celebrating Madam Adora of Zenith last week, it was with plenty of excitement. And I know there are several Adoras everywhere doing their thing in their space. And one of the things you're going to leave my session with tomorrow is you will learn to be happy with you and never ever allow who isn't commending affect you. There are so many emotional things around women, so I know what I'm saying. We have to do the emotional intelligence part tomorrow, and there's a way that this emotional thing can get the better of us when we don't know what to do. And nobody ever graduates, even moi. Nobody ever graduates from that emotional intelligence school. Especially for us women, there's the way it cut across differently. You know, in the workplace, somebody's tearing up, somebody's throwing tantrums, somebody's crying, and then the men are like, what's all this? Is this what? You know, we have gone a lot of distance from there, from where we used to be. So what are other ladies doing? What do they know? And what helps them keep strong? How do I become a strong woman and not become heartless? So the strong woman is not about losing your mind, losing your empathy. The strong woman is empathetic. She's firm and she's fair. How do you maintain the balance? How easy can it be? How difficult can it be? Let us meet tomorrow at 10 a.m. Thank you everyone who has joined live, and thank you everyone who will see this much later. I celebrate you big time. You can see I'm transmitting from home today, and I'm excited I could do this. Thank you for my back-end team members. I can see Otunubi, I can see Debbie. Debbie is supposed to be praying in the camp, but here she is monitoring the live session. And thank you, Aki Toyeshe Emiloluwa. Thank you so much. Thank you, every other person whose name I may not be mentioned. Oh, thank you, Abigail Crown. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm aware you're watching from Obodo Ibo. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you, and I hope this has been useful. So tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. Strong woman versus secure man. How do we draw the balance? How do I become that woman who takes my world by storm without creating drama? They say we are very dramatic. Let's talk about it tomorrow. Guys, it's been a beautiful evening. I need to do my goodbyes now. And you know, when it's time to do that, I usually will allow my music to play slightly louder so that, yeah. Enjoy Easter Friday. Good Friday. Jesus is the reason for the season. Don't forget. If you understand the reason for Easter, you will not go and get drunk. I mean, there's no correlation. You not go and get drunk. You not go and pick up a fight. You will not go and do things Jesus will not do. You know, so don't do what Jesus won't do. On a Good Friday, a Good Saturday, Easter Sunday, Easter Monday, and all of your life. You know, we have a post out there today on our CV platform talking about things you should not do again in the name of Easter. All the best, guys. God bless you. Take care of yourself. Bye.